So the today's first session in training program. This first session is related, title of this session is Research Methodology Essentials. Research word we have discussed many times since morning. It is very much related to the innovation, new things you want to innovate. You will add something in existing knowledge. But for that, there are some, what you can say, the methods. If we follow these methods, or if we follow this strategy, we can innovate very in an efficient way. That is the main motto. Otherwise, Professor Meera Desai also mentioned that there is as such no need for any, what you can say, the guidelines. You just think about your ideas and you can do many, many things. That is also true, but if we want in a very, very efficient way, some methodology, if we know, definitely that is going in a plus point or an advantage, major advantage you have. Research methodology essentials, design, problem formulation, and the data tools. So within the next 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes, what we are going to discuss, what should be our approach if we want to innovate something new. And after innovation, then you will go for the protecting your innovation, your intellectual property, you can protect it. Already such training, already most of you have taken. Now, what the first slide gives you idea in this presentation, what do I want to know? For a research, for an innovation, this is the first question you can ask to yourself. Definitely you will get some answer, definitely. Then you have these 4 constants. In a limited time, you want to innovate something. There you can have, sometimes you can say, I don't have the any limited time. But sometimes some time constant is also essential. How many of you use credit cards? Credit cards, but at least seen credit card and use of that. So there is a one company called the Mastercards. The chief executive officer, CEO, when he took the charge of that company, he dedicatedly decided to have some innovative groups in the company, because that company was making many, many losses, loss-making company. But within the few years, it is now the profit-making company. The basic reason what he mentioned is dedicated, allocated time slot, resources to the people to innovate, come up with the new ideas in the business. That is possible. That's why what we should also know that what are the resources we have. Just now I mentioned that we have multiple resources in the SNDT Women's University for the research. Okay. That you should know what are the resources available. Timeline, how much time frame you have. 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, 6 months. That also all of you should be aware about. What is the data available? Availability of data is there. At the same time now the ethics. Say if you are working with some animals or the plants, then at that time what the strategy we should follow it, that is also very important. So this first point, what you say is, what do I want to know? Related to that, if you have this information, definitely there will be a major advantage what you will observe. Now, there are the few, what you can say, the points. Once again, we will come to these points in the future, few more slides after that. Now, the document, your justification, it is a part of your research transparency. Documentation is also very important. We will also discuss related to the documentation in detail in the after few more slides. But initially, when you are thinking about the research, these are the initial points all of you should know about it. Now, in this entire presentation, within the next 1 hour, what you are going to discuss, what are the learning objectives of this presentation, fundamental research design, that you will get some idea, as well as how to formulate a research problem. Formulating research problem, something is there in your mind. I want to do this. I want to innovate in this direction. But the formulation is also very important. Otherwise, you will end up in multiple directions. And getting to the goal it may be delayed. So that's why properly formulation of the research problem is also very, very essential. Explore different types of the data and their sources. Data is very important, onto which you are going to use your ideas onto that data. Get introduction to the basic tools for the data collection and analysis. So these tools and all these things we will discuss in detail more. Now what is this research methodology? We talk about the research methodology. Title of this entire full day session is also very much closely related to this research methodology. Systematic theoretical analysis of methods applied to the field of study. Any field you are working, you are the pharmacy student, you are students of the electronics and communication, you are students of the information technology, you are students of the jewelry making, you are students of the fashion design, any field of your interest. That is important. For a field, you should have the systematic and theoretical analysis. For that, you are going to apply some methods. Helps plan, structure, and execute research scientifically. There are the scientific ways. For the execution of whatever is of your interest, that very easily you can do it. And connect research questions to answers. You have some question in your mind. Your interest is to get the answers for that. Based upon your approach, based upon what data you have, based upon what study you are doing, based upon what experiments you are performing, you will get some answers. You will definitely get some answers. Now, we were discussing some methodologies there. In the research design, few steps, if we follow this style, if you follow these steps, definitely you will achieve goal very quickly and efficiently. So the research problem, objectives, hypothesis, methodology, data collection plan and analysis plan. These are the components of the research design. Any idea you have in your mind, any idea, daily in the morning you get up, prior to the sleep, many problems we are facing. Going to the metro station, using mobile phone, using our laptop, during the rainy season you are traveling. Surround, we observe many issues are there. Can we have some solution to these issues? If you just start thinking about it, at least 4 or 5 solutions you will get it. Just start thinking about it. But that training we have to give to our mind. Yes, I am facing this problem. What is the solution? I am using lift. There might be some problem. I am using some bus. There might be some problem. Just I mentioned one MasterCard company, credit card company. When they allocated people, definitely now you 8 hours. You just think about it. There is no extra work. Just think about it. What to do? And they give the solution. That means in a bus ticket in the UK, can we use MasterCard to give the very quick tickets at that time when the company was making loss? So these problems, identification of the problem and thinking about the solution, that is very easy. That you have to find out some dedicated time related to that thinking process. That is possible. Okay, so research problem you have identified. Then 2 or 3 objectives. After identifying the objectives of that, then hypothesis. After solution of this problem, I may get this solution. Hypothesis, not actually, but some hypothesis is there in your mind. And then you formulate the methodology, how to do it. And then for that required data, you have to collect it. After collection of the data, then you have to analyze on that data and definitely you will get the answer to your question. If we follow this systematic method, definitely getting to the solution, you will definitely reach quickly to the innovation. Types of the research design, few types. There you will find in the literature more, but few important major types of the research design. You have to go for the exploratory research. One example is understanding reasons behind declining library uses. Take one example. Now this is the research problem you have in your mind. We have a very good library here in our campus. How many students regularly visit to the library? So let's say that is the one problem someone raised. Why students are not coming to the library? Why not they are not getting the books? Are they really reading or are they totally dependent on the digital media? Can we have the digital subscription, or can we have the hardbound books in the library? So these solutions definitely will get for this problem. So this is also a very simple problem, but you will get an answer if we follow systematic research methodology. Then second is the descriptive research, survey on the student satisfaction in the university. This is just a survey in the zoo campus. If you try to meet to the students daily, coming, going at the time, what are you satisfied? What enhancement, what additional things university should do for the satisfaction of the students? This can be also a research problem. Analytical research, studying linking screen time to the academic performance. Academic performance, how students are gaining marks in their final year examination, in the university examination. Are we very busy on the Instagram, social media? Is there any advantage we have of using the social media? My performance is degraded in the examination because of the social media. That can be analyzed. This is a very simple thing, but definitely this is the question. And that identifying answer, getting the answer to this question is very important. And now this answer you will get within the 6 months, within the 1 year, within the 3 years, within the 30 years. When you go into the deep into that, definitely there are the many, what you can say, the paths you will find related to the domain. So there is one scientist in the Japan, he is studying related to the ice, into the dry ice from the last 30 years. The research will not end. Your domain is fixed. You have fixed domain. Let's say that you want to study related to the ice, into that dry ice. So can you imagine, last 30 years on this, in the same domain that particular scientist is studying, many things are coming up. This is going to happen. Related to the soil scientist, we have our India's well-known scientist called the Lal. He's studying entire lifetime, he studied related to the science, what you can say, the soil condition, how to develop, how to protect our soil. Related to the milk studies, entire life people are studying into that. So your domain is important. In which domain you are getting interest, stick to that and you will enjoy this journey. Research is not a burden to you. If you enjoy it, because you definitely will enjoy it, because you are innovating, you are more and more creative. Your creativity, you are enjoying it. That is a major advantage you have. It is not a, what you can say, like the examination. University exam is there, 75 marks you have to appear the examination. You have the tension, I have not studied, I have not prepared, and I am tense, I am getting the stress. It is not like that. You are enjoying this study because you are creating something new. Okay, and in the creation definitely you will also get the recognition, you will also get the very good earning also. That is chance. There is very much possible. Experimental research, effect of new teaching methods on the test scores. To improve the students' performance in the examination. Now this problem, what you can say, yes, students are facing problem, they are not scoring very well, they are not getting knowledge, they have a limited time. So is there any mechanism we can do while teaching? Can we have daily examination? Can we have examination when the students want to appear for the examination? If tomorrow morning university declares, let's imagine, it will not going to happen, but just imagine that when students want to appear for the examination, at that time exam will be there. Students will be very happy. I have studied, I have prepared, I will appear for the examination. But that facility is available in the university. So this is the, let's say, the problem. You can come up with the solution. How a university can implement examination systems, students demand-based examination. And when the output is there, that can be an innovation. That is also a research. So there is not like that you have to innovate like that any E equal to MC square. Not like that. That's why I mentioned initially, whatever in the day-to-day life you are observing, think about it. Very simple problem, but answer is there and you can find the solution and you will be more creative into that. कभी तो लगा होगा आपको कि yes, अरे एग्जाम आज प्रिपरेशन नहीं हुआ है 24 hours, is it possible? After 24 hours can I appear for the examination? But that is possible. That is possible if you give the solution to the university. How you can manage this? Now we have the technology with us. With the help of the technology, with the help of the available manpower, we can find the solution in this regard. But that is also the research problem. So like that, many research problems, many areas are there. These are only the 4 what just I have listed it here. Now the problem formulation. Okay. So some idea is there in your mind. We discuss few more ideas. But actually how to start? Is there any methodology? Is there any technique? Scientists have mentioned us. Not we are discussing here. Already, sir, in the worldwide, many people are thinking many things and they try to find the solution for the problems. In this area also, when the scientists were thinking how to get innovation, research outcome very efficiently in a right direction. In a COVID situation, we got in a limited time vaccine. Why that happened? There was a time limitation. There was a time, but innovation we got it. A new medicine, new vaccine. That was possible because of some strategies scientists adopted worldwide. Collectively they were working together, collectively, not a single person. It is possible. Okay. So, problem formulation, key steps. Identify broad areas of your interest. Just I mentioned, jewelry making, fashion designing, technology, information technology, computer science, Marathi literature, Hindi literature, any area, pharmaceuticals, any area. Your interest is very important. Review existing literature. In that domain, you have to study what the other people are doing it. Just why Dr. Meera Desai mentioned that you have your own professional body in that particular field. Related to photography also, let's say, photography, they have their own professional teams. Connect to this network, join to that membership, spend 1,000, 2,000 rupees, get the membership and connect to these networks, connect to these people, because you will be into that particular domain. Narrow down the gaps or questions. Now you are into that domain, then related to question in your mind, related to problem in your mind, you just start thinking, okay, into that what the existing issues are there, how many people are working, what they are doing, and you can discuss with them and try to narrow down the particular issue, how I can address to that. Now define the research problem clearly. I specifically mentioned it is, this is the some of the italic and capital bold. Clarity is very important. Clarity is very important. Now you have idea, you have research problem, you want answer, you have your own domain, everything is well known, everything is fine. Now how to actually start? Now general practice what we do, we go to the laboratory, we have the data, we experiment it, we plot all these graphs, then we start thinking about it. We do many things in this journey. But the scientists suggested something different. And probably till today, all of we are not following it. This is the approach. It is written in the books. Many research papers are saying like that. How to get the clarity related to your research problem. How to get the clarity. And very simple, what you can say, the technique is that very simple. But the approach we have to change. That's why I mentioned initially, research methodology. Whatever is method suggested by the scientist, if we follow it, we will reach to the goal very quickly. Now the research process. This diagram will guide you. This diagram will guide you. Now there are the 5 important keys, small circles you are observing. In each circle there will be a small, that means one word will be there. Okay, now from which steps to start? Now let's say I want to climb. There are the steps are there. First step, second step, third step. So in a research journey, what will be the first step? Now we discuss, you have to collect the research papers, go to the library, read it, connect to the people, go for the membership, everything we mentioned. But actually the first step, because something is there in your mind, you are talking to your friend, मैंने आज ये problem face किया, I want to solve this, I want a technical solution for this, can I develop any mobile app for this, can I do something related to this? But how to start? What is the first step? What should be the first step? Number 1, what is written there? Write. Write means you have to get a paper pencil and write it. And we ignore this step. Major difficulty we are facing because we are ignoring this step, because this is the scientifically proven technique or method suggested by the scientist. You write. In any language, there many spelling mistakes will do, grammatical mistakes will do. How you are talking to your friends in the same way, but instead of the talking, if you are, instead of the discussing with, you use the paper pencil and write it. Then after writing, what is the major advantage of the writing? The entire thought process will be more and more clear. For getting clarity, writing is essential. Automatically you will get the discovery, means what is going to happen. This is the next step is going to happen in your mind. Then you have to design the experimentation for that, for the proofs. This is valid. Then the designing experimentation, framework, flow chart, methodology, you can do it later. Then whatever is the experiment you have designed, then out of that analytics, analyze it. Graphical analysis, tabular analysis is going to happen. And then after getting that confidence, yes, now I got this, you have to publish it. Publish it, there are the many ways. You can write the research papers, you can file for the copyrights, you can apply for the patents. In India, we require hardware plus software combination for the patents, but out of India, if you have any your new idea, any new software, there also patents are possible. Publication. So what is the most important point of this particular slide? Number 1 point. Point number 1, writing. Now how you will change your daily schedule from today onwards? एक dedicated time निकालना चाहिए. In the morning we have the breakfast. After the breakfast 5 minutes. Or when you come to the college, at least 5 minutes, get the paper pencil, related to something in your mind, you just start writing it. Have a separate notebook. We can say that notebook, its name is a black book, generally people say in the research. And write a date there and write something. 3, 4 lines, 5 lines, 4 lines, whatever it may be. But have the practice of writing. 21 days if you do it, that you will imbibe it. You will have that habit. Do it for the 21 days. Okay. Now, these are the few questions. Actually, I had planned have a 2-3 minutes activity, but because of the time limitations, I will not give you now time, but just we will just go through this, all these points. Apply this research workflow to your own topic. Whenever you are writing. Daily, if you have the 1 page and have these, what you can say, the points in your mind, what is your research question or idea? 2 lines, 3 lines, definitely you can write it. Then discover what background knowledge or the gaps do you want to explore. In that direction, you have to study, you have to find, you have to talk to the people. Related to that, you write it. Design, how would you collect and test your information? Data collection and testing, you can also write about that. Analyze, how would you evaluate and interpret your results? Graphical analysis, tabular interpretation, observation, all these things, scientific approach, definitely you will get it. How you could share your findings? After getting the publication, after you have your innovation, society should know it. You have developed, let's say, any new bacteria in a laboratory, it will decompose the things very quickly. Then community should know it, people should know it, industry should know it, they will purchase your research. Prior to that, you have to file for the intellectual property right. Within the 3 months, you will get it. So that is the major advantage all of you will get if we follow this methodology. Okay. Now, types of the data. Different types of the data are there. Primary data, secondary data, qualitative data, and the quantitative data. So these things already all of you are aware about. I will not go into the more details of this because 2 more important things are there. And the question answer. If you have any questions at any time, please raise your hand, ask me. Okay. In my regular class, I give 1 mark to each student, those who are asking some questions daily, because now it is a continuous assessment. So asking questions are also earning marks. So if you have any question, please ask me. Now, data collection tools. Irrespective of your domain, there are the many, what you can say, the tools are there for the data collection. Questionnaires, you can create questions to your friends. Like we were discussing about satisfaction survey of the zoo campus students. So, but prior to that, when you directly, you cannot go and talk to the students, anyone students. So some questions should be clearly mentioned. So create a questionnaires. Interviews also you can conduct. Observation sheets, data sheets you can create for the observation, spreadsheets, sensors, IoT devices. Just I mentioned that we have the weather station in the zoo campus. We have multiple sensors mounted on the Usha Mittal Institute of Technology, and we are collecting the data related to temperature, air pressure, wind direction, air quality, all these things. For every 15 minutes or the 5 minutes, we can do that. Online survey forms, Google Forms or SurveyMonkey, these software tools you can use it, but collect data. Onto that only you are going to interpret. You have the data, you will process that data. After processing, you will extract information. After extracting information, you will create knowledge. And after creation of the knowledge, you will create application. It's a very simple workflow what you have. See, keep in mind, very simple thing. You have the data, process that data, because data is a raw data you have. Process it. After processing, what will happen? You will extract some information out of that. For what you will use the information? You will use that information to create knowledge. And what is the use of the knowledge? Knowledge, you can use it to develop some application. And then that is the product. And that you can earn from that. Okay? So this is the simple workflow, you can use it. Data analysis tools. Now for the analyzing all this data, very simple tools are there. Microsoft Spreadsheet, R programming language, Python, Tableau, Power BI, and JASP and Jamviz. All these free tools are there. And I'm going to share this slide. You can later, what you can say, explore in detail of all these things. These things are mentioned here in detail. How to use this data, and free and software tools are there. Okay. Now, one more research tool just I want to inform you. Irrespective of your discipline, you may be from the engineering, you may be science, you may be from the arts, commerce, any background. Let's say final step in the publication, in the research is you have to report it. Reporting your publication, reporting your research is very important, and important thing is you should not waste your time and energy for creating documentation. So the research part, innovation, experimentation, let's say you are using your 50% time goes to the reporting purpose. We should minimize that requirement, that time related to the formatting, documentation. And there is a very simple tool, software available. Its name is LaTeX, L-A-T-E-X. It is free and open source, cloud-based system. There is a called the Overleap online cloud platform. You just register it and it is freely available. Regular templates are there, and learning curve is within the 2 or 3 hours you can learn it. There are the many YouTube videos, many short courses are available on the Udemy platform. Just spend 500 rupees and try to learn this 2 or 3 hours. Documentation, because you will save a lot of time related to the documentation. Okay, GNU plot for the plotting, Inkspace for the any management of the figures, logo creation, any figures, drawings for this, you can use this. Xfig, mostly engineering students prefer the Xfig for the very good quality images, planes, designs, drawings. Then the PJ plot, the TICZ is the LaTeX package included to create the flowchart. Nowadays, all of we are using AI-based tools. In that scenario, you are very much lucky. You are in such a time where many tools are available freely, and very effectively you use it. There is also no major time required for the learning. So if you don't know anything about this TIKZ, but still with the help of the AI tools, if you use in the LaTeX, then any flowchart very quickly you are going to create it. Say this figure, initially what you saw it, this, I have not created it, I have not sketched it. There is a TIKZ program. I just gave the command to that software. I have something in my mind, I have these 5 points, I want to put it in such a way, give me that figure. There I got a LaTeX code for that, and just I compiled it, I got this figure. Okay, so, and hardly it took 3 or 4 minutes. But if you really want to draw something, sketch something, it will take a lot of time. Okay. Yes. Now, I want to come to this important point. There may be some plus points or the negative points, but in a research, what I personally feel, we should take the help of the generative AI in the research innovation. Okay. So just I mentioned to you that that sketch to write the program in the TIKZ, I took the help of the generative AI. Giving the command, I want such a figure, write a code for me. It took it 1 minute and then wrote it and then compile it and get the figure. Okay, so generative AI, ChatGPT or many other tools. Nowadays, recently I heard the news that the Perplexity, Perplexity AI engine, AI tool developed by Indian, what you can say, student is freely available of the 17,000 rupees package, yearly package. It is freely available for 1 year to the students or to the people. So just explore this without paying a single rupee. That facility is available. Why not to use it? Use that one. Okay, generative AI tool across the research tools and workflows supports early stage of identification, exploration, rapid prototyping. I will come to this point actually this slide, AI augmented innovation design phase. So properly giving the prompt to the AI engine related to your problem, something research problem is there in your mind. If you follow this political, economical, social, technological, environmental, legal points, what are the different points for this research problem are involved? If you ask to the GPT engine, it will give you all the point wise listing. This is going to help you definitely in a thinking in a multi-dimensional way. Otherwise, we will not talk about any legal aspect. But if you have that engine with you, if you have any open AI model with you, then legal aspect, environmental aspect, technological aspect, social aspect, economical aspect, political aspect, all these things will come up, and it will become very easy to identify solution to the problem in your mind. Otherwise, you will not wander here and there. You will have your own path, and you will reach to the goal very quickly. Okay. Prompt LLM for the persona creation, user journeys and feature listing. Now let's say, related to the library problem, if you give a prompt, create a persona, a student, lazy student you can say, don't want to go to the library for the reading books. So what are the scenarios in that condition to motivate the students? This type of persona can be created on the ChatGPT. So you will get the different, that will help you to create the questionnaires. Got it? Then prototyping, translate ideas into HTML, CSS code to wireframe of instructions. Let's say you want to create one model, you have something in your mind. Let's say this device, I want to create in the different, manufacture in a different fashion. Its color I want to change it. I have the LCD screen and it is not pointing. Now it is a LED, here it is pointing, but some the LCD screen is not pointing. Then wireframe creation, its HTML coding, how it will look like. For that purpose, definitely the coding is required, and there you will get the generative AI. Validation, rapidly refined based on the AI generated feedback and the user test. So many tools are available, you can use it, because that AI is not going to give you any new research. You are doing research, you are identifying the solution, you have your own problem, but you are getting the help of this tool. Okay. Use cases. Now the one more use case is to give you the idea. Perform a PEST analysis for electrical vehicle adoption in India. Now, see these aspects, political, economical, social, technological innovation. If you want to identify electrical vehicle adoption, we are talking of related to the electrical vehicle from the last many years, but still we are not observing many electrical vehicles on our on the roads. Why? What may be the problem? Why people are not purchasing electrical vehicles? If you want to study that, and with this aspect, with these points, definitely you will get the quick solution. Okay, then I just mentioned about this one also, user journey mapping. What are the touch points for the students applying for a government scholarships? This such type of the problems you have, you will get a proper solution, and the research guidance or the research methodology design will be very easy. Okay, draft a 10 question survey. Now survey questions. You have just created persona. Into that persona, for that individual personality, 10 questions you want to create. Because let's say one more example, examination also, based upon your test, based upon your prior knowledge, if we design individual test, then that is also possible. For that, whatever the questions should be there. Similarly, in the survey form, who is filling the survey form based upon that personality, can you create the multiple survey forms? Otherwise, without this augmented AI system, it will take a lot of time. Now, you will save a lot of time required for the creation of the survey forms with the help of these tools. Idea generation, use prompts like substitute, combine, modify to create the different ideas related to problem in your mind. If you want the 5 different solutions, you give the proper prompt, you will get the different 5 probable solutions. These are the postulates. Based upon that, what you feel most appropriate, you work on to that. Lot of time you will save. So these are the few things what I wanted to just inform you how ChatGPT assists in the early stage of the literature review. Because related to your domain, you have to study from the last 23, 30 years what the people in the world are doing in my area, in my domain. Related to that also, definitely you will get the help. Okay, what is mentioned, it will speed up your review while maintaining critical engagement by the researcher. But your involvement will be there, your involvement will be the critical, but it will help you to minimize the time required for all these things. But it will not innovate, you will innovate. Okay. So these are the once again the things what we have discussed. Some prompt in that direction to the ChatGPT. List 5 recent studies on the green hydrogen adaptation in India. So if you give this simple prompt, definitely you will get the 5 different studies very quickly. Otherwise, in the Google search, go to the library, do all these things, it will take a lot of time. Why not to use this specifically designed proper prompt related to your domain? Definitely that will going to help you. Summarize the key findings, suggest keywords, compare, randomize, generate conceptual framework, find gaps. So these are the some prompts I have given you for your reference. Okay. So these things we have discussed. Questions. Now, these were the few points what I wanted to discuss with you. I think within the given time frame I have completed my talk. Now it is time to all of you to ask some questions. From the last 1 hour, you were listening to me. Some new information you might have got it. Already we are knowing something. But definitely in everyone's mind, have simple, very simple question, whatever it may be, you feel that it is why to ask. But I encourage, I want you should raise your hand and ask. Yes, please. Otherwise, should I ask you a few more questions? At the end of this, that means after listening to this, what are the key points, summaries of this entire session? Can you highlight at least 1 or 2 points? I was not knowing earlier, but after this, I came to know this, and definitely I am going to follow in my journey as a student, as a researcher. Any points? Today I am not going to give you any bonus marks. Yes, sir.
Anything which comes in our mind, we should write down. I agree with you, but I want to add that those things which we are writing should be preserved properly.
Preserve?
Properly.
Preserve properly.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, that
because
is true.
Many times what I have observed, because that is my practice, I keep on writing whatever comes in my mind. But after 1 month, 2 months, it becomes difficult to find out what I have written 2 months back. So preserving the things is also very important.
Yes, that is true. What the sir mentioned is rightly. That's why I mentioned that you create a book, name it as a black book. Have a separate dedicated notebook. Whenever you are sleeping, keep a paper pencil or that notebook near to your bed. Daily have this practice. And then one additional thing just I want to inform you. If you are daily thinking about some solution to the problem, there is a very good chance that you will get a very good dream also. And after getting up, you want to brush it and all these things, you will also forget about the dream. But that in the dream also you will get some solution, because you have given the problem to your subconscious mind. And we are very powerful, our brain is very powerful, our subconscious mind is very powerful, it gives us the solution. Better to write it very quickly. So have the separate dedicated notebook with you, a pencil, and quickly write it. Simple thing also. So many innovations earlier also happened because of this practice. Yes. Yes, please.
Writing it, thinking for various ways of mechanisms
For writing.
for how it will be in reality. And so which are the various kinds of mechanism after writing the next phase as far as concerned?
So the first step is writing. What is his question is, what are the different mechanisms? So first, why we are writing? To clear our ideas. We have something in your mind, but how to do it, how to go ahead. We are just talking, discussing, the clarity will not be there. If we write it automatically on the paper, your brain, hand, pencil, and your slowness, all these things will work in a combined in a such a way that your brain will act more efficient way and you will get the clarity. And after clarity, then you next task is getting the data, analyzing it, processing it, publishing it. All these things are going to happen. Yes, yes, madam.
Hello, good morning, sir. So you said ki we can use artificial intelligence and we can find out that what prompts we are getting and regarding our research. But is it possible that few minute things are not available on that, like whatever we are getting in the libraries, or what research material is available, which we will be following as a literature review? So is it possible that some things are not available on ChatGPT and we have to approach libraries or journals physically?
Yes, good. Thank you. Very good question. Madam's question is, though we have discussed here use of the GPT, now it is available from the last 1 year or the prior to that, but earlier it was not available. That does not mean that always you have to be dependent on this. This is one tool, like that many tools we have. Our libraries are there. Definitely all the things are not available. At the same time, that GPT engine will also miss something. But we are in that domain. We have our professors, we have our friends, we have our network. After discussion with them also, they will give some hints. So that is already open. But this is one tool. That's why I suggested that nowadays you have this facility. Why not to use it in an efficient way? Yes. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Yes, sir.
As a guide, we are actually facing problem of plagiarism. And ChatGPT add that particular thing. That means that ChatGPT is little bit a problem for me as a guide, especially for plagiarism. Right? So in that case, what will be your thought?
Yes, sir. Very good question. Now, for a research, it is mandatory to publish it, write research papers, create a PhD thesis. Now, if we ask the GPT to write introduction chapter of my thesis, this is my domain, and definitely will get the 10-20 pages with the proper bibliography. And then if you submit it, but that is a plagiarism, that already you have not written it. You took the help of the AI. But we as a university, we have also one step ahead. We know this technology. In our library, if you go there and ask them that this is my thesis, they will upload this thesis to the AI engine. AI engine will check it. How much percentage is copied from the AI? You have written how much? How much AI wrote it? That already software is available in our library. So the students will not get any excuse. That will not be accepted. Your writing is important. You have to write. For the grammatical correction, for the spelling correction, you can take the help of the GPT. You write in your notebook, otherwise you speak to that in your own language and ask that, okay, I require technical English language, but it is your own write-up. Then plagiarism will not be there. You have to take care of that. But if the plagiarism is there, copyright violation, then there will be a major problem and you will not get award for your documentation. That is going to happen it. So we have the plagiarism check software. We have AI tool related to using the software. University paid a lot of money to purchase this software. Already it is in place.
Sir, then as you said, we can take help to reframe the things with the AI tools. Then our data is get uploaded on the AI. Then as a student, if I wrote everything by my own, and if I'm taking help of AI to reframe it or to reconstruct it, then it will also come in the plagiarism, right? Then how to deal with that as a student?
Yes, very good question. Madam mentioned that if we have some data collected from our research, from the surveys, if we are applying Excel sheet to that, then there is a very good chance that that will be in the public domain and all these things, some issues may happen. So one solution is for that. Say the city university professors came here prior to conference, 15 students, our 15 students, they went for the data collection, all these things, and the data was private, related to the collected data in the Mumbai with the help of the weather stations, small weather stations they were maintaining on the backpack. Then when I was asking the professor of the City University of New York, Professor Brand, then related to that, when we are applying and the students may and all, he suggested me one simple technique. Add some Gaussian noise into that data. Locally on the hard disk we have the data, Gaussian noise addition, that means data will be slightly, its mean variance will be changed, so that original data we are not getting. So original data is with us, but adding some Gaussian noise into that data, creating another spreadsheet, and that using it for such experimentation is good. That means our data we have protected. Okay? Great.
So in Turnitin software, which is used for plagiarism, they have an option to detect the text matter written by the AI.
Yes.
They clearly mention that how much percentage of text is taken from the AI and how much percentage of text is self-written.
Yes.
So nowadays, that kind of option is there in Turnitin.
Yes, yes. Turnitin is another software. At SNDT, we have the drill bit.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So my question is how to minimize the time of doing literature survey, because it takes lot of time to understand what is given in that paper, and because if suppose that paper is of 25 to 30 pages paper, then it takes lot of time to understand that paper, and how to minimize that time.
Yes, very good question. Now in the research phase, initially you have to study many things, many research papers. Let's say related to your domain, you have downloaded 20, 30 research papers. Each research paper have the 20, 35 pages. Reading 400 to 500 pages, many mathematical equations. And after reading, what is your goal? Your goal is to identify the research gaps. What is my suggestion? For the paper, 25 pages are there, read abstract, read conclusion. And the last paragraph of the experimental results, there is one section, experimental results, prior to the conclusion. There that authors are mentioning research gaps related to that paper. You can highlight these points, important points, you can note down these points, and that is going to help you for each and every paper. And onto that paper you can make the notes. That means identification of the research gap related to that objective is very easy, and when you want to go into the details of that, then any specific paper you can then read it what you like most. Yes? Yes, sir.
Sir, question is slightly different. Suppose you are working on a problem related to defense.
Yes, sir.
Always, when it comes to defense technology, patents or IPRs are not made public. That is what we learned. Secondly, if you're working on some problem, data also will not be easily available. So what are the techniques that, suppose if I'm already into a defense research organization, I may get some data from there and all. But as a layman, as a university professor, say for example, if I'm working on such problems, what are the ways in which I can get such data, or what are the methodologies that we need to adopt to approach a problem which is related to defense especially?
Yes, very good question. Sometimes data is not available because of the defense. Now, just I mentioned, we have launched satellite, NISAR. Into that S-band data, we are not going to give it to the public because it will be used for the defense applications. Day and night we are monitoring our borders. We don't want to give it to anyone. We want for our task, Government of India wants to keep it. In that scenario, that project, what we handled initially, airborne data and all these things, what we did it, what the scientists from the ISRO suggested, you try to simulate that data. There are mathematical models are there. We created initially some simulated data. Then actual data later they gave it because of the agreement. But in that scenario, if it is not available, such simulated data is one solution. Another thing is, for the research purpose, if we talk to these directly to these people, scientists, definitely they will give the partial data, not the full data. Some data to get the idea about that research problem, at least for some part of the experimentation, they will definitely suggest. In that, and if it is not available, simulation is the solution. Yes. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thanks for the listening, patience listening.
Nowadays, there is a concept called synthetic data, where AI can generate the artificial data, but of course it requires some inputs. If we can give input, synthetically it can generate the data.
Yes. Yes. Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.